Okay, let me talk about what I was doing there. I'm thinking A minor pentatonic. And we have some normal bends that we usually use. But let's take a look at the notes of A minor pentatonic. So we have A, C, D, E, G, and A. If we add in our blue note, the flat 5, we have A, C, D, E flat, E, G, and A. So what I'm doing, say a standard blues bend would be flat 7 to roots, in this case G to A. Right, we've heard that a million times. Now something that's a lot of fun to do is to play the in-between note, which would be G sharp. Now I'm playing over an A7 vamp. And the fun thing is that a G sharp over an A7 chord by itself isn't such a great choice. But as a passing note, it can sound really cool. So what I'm doing is bending up the whole step, G to A, and now releasing that bend a half step, then back down to the G. So it takes a little bit of hand strength and ear strength to get used to getting those notes in tune. But the cool sound is I'm bringing in, and it's sort of out note, but it sounds really hip inside the bend, right? So now it's a kind of a quantized bend. I'm playing these notes very specifically so you can hear them as opposed to going like releasing the bend and doing releasing the bend down the half step and then down to the unbent note, which would be the flat 7. And there's the other one I was doing a lot of here. I bent from the 4th to the 5th, which is a common bend. Your 4th would be D, to the 5th, which would be E. That sound. Now, I have my blue note from the blues scale, which is that E flat, and now I can use that same idea for the bend. So I bent up from the D to the E, down a half step, then down again. And really nail those pitches. I can pick them, or I can just kind of release the bend without picking it. And once again, I'm just playing over an A7 vamp, like that. So, like I said, the G sharp is generally not a good note, but in this case it sounds really cool. Now the important thing is to figure out where those are across the fingerboard. So if I have G to A, I do the same bend here. You have to practice it because there's a lot of, like I said, hand strength involved in this, but here's my blue note, so over the groove. And like I said, find it all over. Right up there. There's a number of reasons to find it across the fingerboard. One, you don't want to be stuck playing the same lick in the same position each time, but also notes sound different. The timbre of the string is different at different parts of the fingerboard. So if I do that lick here, and I do it here, that note is much brighter, right? The B string is much brighter than the G string. So not only is it great because you can find it across the fingerboard to expand your knowledge and freedom across the fingerboard, you can start making tonal choices, timbre choices, and how you want the note to sound. Now, guys that do this stuff all the time is Jeff Beck. You hear him as a master of this kind of thing. He's quantized bend. Michael Landau is one of my favorite players. You hear him do it. Mark Knopfler. Pretty much any really good guitar player is going to have this under their fingers. So here's a quick thing to check out. We're going to bend up a whole step from our flat 7, release it down a half step to our natural 7, back down to the flat 7. So one more time, flat 7 to the root, down a half, and we're going to bend the 4 up to the 5, then down to the flat 5th. And you can also do the opposite, which is a great exercise. Harder. It all sounds cool in a groove, like this.